that. Thank you very much. I must not forget to recognize my boss, who came in swiftly, His Excellency Dr. Peter Obi. In fact, in my speech, I should have added, any Nigerian politician, without diminishing my boss, any Nigerian politician that has the will of Baba can never be rigged out. Thank you.
Barrister, I don't know if you understood that you had the video clearly. That for those of you who don't know him, he is former House of Rep member and former senator of the National Assembly, and he is Datti Baba Ahmed. He was the running mate to Peter Obi at the 2023 general election, presidential election. So, Barrister, you heard what he said. In case you didn't hear, he called Peter Obi and he honored him for being there, at least as his boss the election during the election campaign, and to me excoriated Peter Obi indirectly, and because he even started by this is not. He said this is not to diminish my boss, and after saying that, of course, that it is. After saying that, he now said that and I wish that any politician who actually takes the spirit, the fighting spirit of Obasanjo, will never be rigged out of election. That was, to me, I don't see it as an indirect spite or indirect bash or attack on Peter Obi. I see it as the direct attack. Barrister, what Datti Baba Ahmed said is absolutely the truth. That means even he himself, remember, he has a very, very good fighting spirit. I wish Obi has the kind of spirit, fighting spirit that Datti Baba Ahmed has. For those of you who didn't know, excuse me, Datti Baba Ahmed is, I don't know if I can call him my favorite. He's the favorite. No, not even one of my favorites in the North. He's my favorite Northern politician. Somebody I really, really desire and I crave for him to actually rule Nigeria, because he has antecedents. And I follow his antecedents. He's a man of principle. He's a man, just like Peter Obi. The only thing Peter Obi lacks is that spirit. Peter Obi has weakness for the establishment. A sort of, so, but Datti Baba Ahmed is an opposite of Peter Obi when it comes to fighting back. Barrister, what do you think? Did you notice what I noticed? Did you have the same opinion with me with regard to the excoriation from Datti Baba Ahmed? Did you see it that way? Because that is what I saw. Otherwise, why could he have mentioned that? Of course, that means he felt bad. He obviously he wasn't comfortable that Peter Obi did not fight for Nigerians actually to fight to regain his mandate. Because for him to say that any politician that has the fighting spirit of Obasanjo will never be rigged in an election.
Well, number one, it is his own statement that the election of 2023 was rigged.
Yes.
Number two, he acknowledged that Peter Obi did not have the strength to fight the system that he entered into. I didn't watch that clip. Oh, he acknowledged that? Oh, no, that I'm interpreting his comment.
Good. Okay,
his comment.
Right, go ahead. Sorry.
It is like saying that, yes, my boss does not have the strength to prevent the rigging, to fight the kind of fight, to prevent his being rigged out in the system that they entered. And he did the comparison with Obasanjo, because Obasanjo was in the system and in fact, he is the rigger himself. Obasanjo is the rigger himself. By virtue of his stature, his maybe being a general, and his character mercurial character himself. He entered the system and he would not allow to be cheated out of in the system. Obi entered the system but could not have the stature and the strength to prevent being cheated in the system. That is simply what this man was trying to convey. He compared Obasanjo and Obi and their relative strength. One will fight and prevent injustice, prevent being cheated. The other could not do so. That is my own understanding of what he said.
Yeah, that is just honestly, I was when I watched it, I was excited. I said it wasn't surprising to me because even during that election time, you see him fighting around, going to media to actually hold government, even talk. He was so blunt.
He was more
so
bold. He was
correct.
more bold and
Bold, yes.
assertive than his boss, Peter Obi.
So honestly, I remember saying during that the election time, I said, if these people had succeeded, Peter Obi and Datti Baba, oh my God, that would have been a perfect pair. Now, unfortunately, Peter Obi just couldn't fight for us. Unfortunately, I wish it was Datti Baba was a real candidate instead of Peter Obi. Honestly, Barrister, what do you think? You and I already know your opinion about Datti Baba. What do you think about what I said concerning Datti Baba? Do you see him as your favorite in the north? Do you see him as one, or you see him as one of your favorites, or do you see him as someone that can actually give Nigeria some level of succor? We are not, obviously nobody will perform magic for 8 years. Nobody can turn things around just 8 years in Nigeria. But at least somebody can lay the foundation. We've agreed on this time before. So, but do you see him as someone that can actually rule Nigeria well?
We have talked about Datti Ahmed before. He is a very decent person. Everybody acknowledges that. He has intellectual ability. He has a level of understanding of the situation of Nigeria. And the fact that he accepted to be Obi's running mate, I gave him a lot of credit for that. At a time that a lot of the northern establishment were
correct.
Insulting Obi and saying all manner of things. He understands what Nigeria needs. That is why he accepted to be Obi's running mate. For that reason, I believe these are the kind of people we need to come to power in Nigeria. Because the rest, a lot of people do not really understand the country we are and what is the problem of the country. A lot of them don't. They just want power for the sake of power. Some people have money and the next thing they want power. Some people just want to get the power so that they can steal. But he, like I said, is a very decent man with a good understanding of our situation, a knowledge that we need to unify the country. We need to give every section of the country a sense of belonging and build a country. That is the foundation. We have to lay a foundation for the greatness of the country, for the unity of the country. A lot of them do not understand because when they start about the privileges they have unwarranted and they want to retain those privileges. They come to politics or look for power from that perspective. We want to dominate. We want to have privileges that we have had. We are against the other people. We are against the other. That will do Nigeria no good. He is a different sort of politician from the average northern politician that we know, we have seen, and who are out there looking for this power.
Yeah, that is you've said it all. Honestly, Datti Baba Ahmed is just someone I hold in high esteem. Look, apart from the intellectual abilities, he has administrative abilities. He has political abilities. He was at the House of Rep where he fought Obasanjo. I remember that time during Obasanjo regime. That was when he was identified. I took note of him. Since then, I've never held back because he kept improving or whatever. He left the House of Rep, went to the Senate. I think he contested for the Senate, but he didn't come back because obviously powers that be, he was a threat to them. So they actually rigged him out. So And so he has political abilities, intellectual abilities, he has administrative abilities and business abilities. Look, I always tell people something. Look, if you succeed in business, honestly, if you succeed or you are succeeding in business, managing a business, prospering a business, you will definitely succeed in the leadership of Nigeria. And that is one of the qualities of Peter Obi. Unfortunately, my problem with Peter Obi is that he has other qualities except the quality of fighting back. That is just the problem. And that is what we need in Nigeria. Someone who has the ability to fight back, because the system, look at what Donald Trump is doing, for God's sake. Look at where Donald Trump is. Donald Trump is where he is today because he fought back. The entire system, the entire apparatus of government was released on him, was actually unleashed on Donald Trump. But because of his fighting spirit, tell me, if it were somebody like, if he had behaved like Peter Obi, where could he, honestly, by now he could have been in jail if he had behaved like Peter Obi. But here we are today. Donald Trump is soaring every day. In fact, he's making the establishment, which is very, very unusual in any political climb. The establishments are so powerful in all political climes. Honestly, now he's even making he's rattling the entire establishment because of his fighting spirit. They are the ones now at the defensive. He is at the offensive. That is what we need. That's what we need in Nigeria. And someone like Datti Baba Ahmed can actually place the establishment at the defensive. And he will be at the offensive. I wish the Northerners can just rally around Datti Baba Ahmed. Honestly, I don't care about this issue of Satan or no Northern whatever, turn. I don't care about this turn by turn. All I desire for Nigeria is the right candidate, no matter, regardless of where you came from. That is just the reality. I hope, I just wish and hope that he has not retired from politics due to what happened, because I've not heard much about him lately. So I don't know his ambition or desire what to do. So I hope he comes back to politics, he continues on with politics and vie for office, because we need him there. We absolutely need him there. His case is a case of success. He has succeeded in everything around him. So he can actually replicate that as a president.